Hello student, good morning. I am Dr. Ajay Kumar Sinha, Professor of Chemistry. Today I am going to discuss additional information. Here I will discuss 4 methods of determining molecular weight and 9 methods of determining equivalent weight. Then now I am starting with additional advanced information related to methods of determining molecular weight and methods of determining equivalent weight. First, I am telling you methods of determining molecular weight. There are 4 methods. All methods actually you should know when you will solve the numericals. That time all concept will be required. 9 methods of determining equivalent weight and 4 methods of determining molecular weight. Molecular weight. 4 methods of determining molecular weight and 9 methods of determining equivalent weight. Then now I am going to discuss methods of determining molecular weight. First method, gram molecular volume. Gram molecular volume methods, also called GMV, gram molecular volume. In this method, what is done actually? Actually, I am briefing. I will brief it. Okay. 22.4 liter of every gas or vapors at STP weigh equal to molecular weight expressed in grams. This is an important point. 22.4 liter of every gas or vapor at STP weigh equal to molecular weight expressed in grams. And this is the principles of Victor-Meyer method used for volatile liquids. This is the principle of Victor-Meyer method used for volatile liquids. In this method, Victor-Meyer method, this method is utilized. Means 22.4 liter is equal to 1 molecular weight, or 22.4 liter of every gas or vapor at STP weigh equal to molecular weight expressed in grams. Now second method I am telling you, vapor density method. Already I discussed, but here I want to tell you again. Molecular weight is equal to 2 into vapor density, where vapor density is equal to weight of certain volume of the vapor divided by weight of same volume of H2 under same condition of temperature and pressure. Now third method, that is the diffusion method. Diffusion method. According to Gram's law of diffusion, rates of diffusion of different gases under same condition of temperature and pressure are inversely proportional to the square root of their densities or molecular weight. This is a very, very important law, also called diffusion method. According to Gram's law of diffusion, rates of diffusion means mixing of different gases against gravitational force. You remember. According to Gram's law of diffusion, rates of diffusion of different gases under similar condition of temperature and pressures are inversely proportional to the square root of their densities or molecular weights. Means you can write like this: R1 is R1 divided by R2. R1 divided by R2. A small R1 you can write a small R1 divided by R2 means ratio R1 upon R2, that is equal to under root D2 upon D1, a small D2, a small D1. And here D is the density, R is the rate of diffusion. R1 means for the first gas, and R2 means for second gas, and D1 and D2 means density of first gas, density of second gas. Then R1 upon R2 is equal to under root D2 upon D1, and that is equal to under root, you can multiply up and down by 2, means 2 into D2 upon 2 into D1. 2 just up and down you have written. 2 will be cancelled. But here purpose is there why you are writing. Here 2 into D, 2 into density, vapor density, that is equal to molecular weight. For that purpose you have multiplied up and down by 2. Okay. Denominator and numerator you have multiplied by 2, because 2 into vapor density, that is the molecular weight. Then now you got the relation between R and means rate of different gases and molecular weight of that gases. Means you got the relation of rate, density and molecular weight. All three are related. Then you can write R1 upon R2 is equal to under root D2 upon D1, and that is equal to under root M2 upon M1. Here M is equal to molecular mass. Molecular mass of M2 means second gas and M1 means first gas. Knowing the molecular weight of one gas, that of the other can be calculated. Okay. Now next method I am telling you, fourth one, colligative properties method, but I will discuss it separately in the solution when I will start solution chapter, because I have to discuss theory. Then you will understand this relation. But here you should understand, by colligative properties method also molecular mass can be calculated. Now methods of determining equivalent weight. These are very all are important actually, and these are actually advanced information also you can tell. Then what is that methods of determining equivalent weight? Then I told you there are 9 methods. All methods you have to keep in mind. Only then you will be able to solve numericals in examination, and easily you can solve. Okay. Then first method is hydrogen displacement method. Here what you will do, what is done here, how will you calculate equivalent weight from this method, hydrogen displacement method. This method is used for metals which react with an acid to evolve hydrogen gas. This is very important. This method is used for metals which react with an acid to evolve hydrogen gas. Equivalent weight of the metal is the weight of the metal which displaces 1.008 gram of H2 or 11,200 cc of H2 at STP. One in term of gram means mass and other in term of volume. You remember both condition. Equivalent weight of the metal is the weight of the metal which displaces 1.008 gram of H2 or 11,200 cc of H2 at STP, standard temperature and pressure. Now second method is oxide formation or reduction of the oxide method. Second method is oxide formation or reduction of the oxide method. In this method, a known weight of the metal is converted into its oxide directly or indirectly. Knowing the weight of the metal oxide formed, the weight of oxygen combined can be calculated. Alternatively, a known weight of the metal oxide may be reduced to metal whose weight is determined. Okay, this method actually is known as oxide formation or reduction of the oxide method. Again, I am telling you one more time. In this method, a known weight of the metal is converted into its oxide, that is the oxidation, correct? Directly or indirectly. Knowing the weight of the metal oxide, what is the weight of metal oxide? Knowing the weight of the metal oxide formed, the weight of oxygen combined can be calculated. Alternatively, a known weight of the metal oxide may be reduced to metal whose weight is determined. Example, this equivalent weight of the equivalent of the metal is the weight of the metal which combines with 8 gram of oxygen, correct? You can understand like that. Equivalent weight of the metal is the weight of the metal which combines with 8 gram of oxygen, correct? Either it will combine or release anything. 8 gram you have to consider. Now third method, chloride formation method. Chloride formation method. A known weight of the element is converted into its chloride directly or indirectly, whose weight is determined. Here, equivalent weight of element is the weight of the element which combines with 35.5 gram of chlorine. Here you have to give importance for 35.5 gram of chlorine. Means equivalent weight of element is the weight of the element which combines with 35.5 gram of chlorine. Next is the fourth one, metal displacement method. Metal displacement method. This method is based upon the fact that a more electropositive metal displaces a less electropositive metal from its salt, and 1 gram equivalent of the metal added displaces 1 gram equivalent of the metal. These two things you have to remember in this method. Again, I am telling you metal displacement method here, or you can say this method is based upon the two facts. First, that a more electropositive metal displaces a less electropositive metal from the salt. And second, 1 gram equivalent weight of the metal added displaces 1 gram equivalent of the metal. Okay, this is the second thing you have to remember in this method. Means 1 gram equivalent of the metal added displaces 1 gram equivalent of the metal. Hence, in the formula form, you can remember weight of the metal added upon weight of metal displaced. Weight of metal added upon weight of metal displaced is equal to equivalent weight of metal added divided by or upon equivalent weight of metal displaced. Means how much weight of metal added, in that way that depends upon equivalent weight of metal added. Correct? Weight of metal added depends upon equivalent weight of metal added, and weight of metal displaced, that also depends upon the equivalent weight of metal displaced. Hence, you remember the formula that weight of metal added upon weight of metal displaced, that is equal to equivalent weight of metal added divided by equivalent weight of metal displaced. Okay, this relation means out of 4, if you are knowing 3, fourth one you can calculate. Now next, that is the fifth one, is a double decomposition method. Double decomposition method. For a reaction of the type, suppose here AB plus CD is reacting and it is forming AD plus BC. Suppose AD is the precipitate, AB, capital AB plus CD. Suppose 2 salt you have mixed, then you are getting 2 products AD. AD means AB means you can consider as A is cation, B is anion, and other salt CD. C is again cation, D is anion. Then you know that anion and cation will form new salt, means AB plus CD. Then product will be AD, maybe in the precipitate form, and other product will be BC. Correct? Means you will get 2 product AD plus BC. AD plus BC. One will be precipitate, okay, and other may be soluble. But out of 2 product, one will be precipitate, other may be soluble solution. Example: silver nitrate plus NaCl, AgNO3 plus NaCl, it forms AgCl plus NaNO2 plus NaNO3. This reaction is common. AgNO3 plus NaCl, it forms AgCl, that is the precipitate, plus NaNO3, it is soluble. Then for this type of reaction, again like a previous one, here you can consider as a formula weight of AB taken divided by weight of AD formed, that is equal to, now add the equivalent weight of, means simply you can write equivalent weight of AB plus equivalent weight of AD, like a previous one, metal displacement method. Same way here, weight of AB added divided by weight of AD formed, AD like silver chloride formed. That is equal to same by equivalent weight of AB divided by equivalent weight of AD. Here AD, D, A, B, C, D, D. AD means here silver chloride product. Just for your, you can remember like that way. I am telling you. Then weight of AB taken divided by weight of AD formed, that is equal to equivalent weight of AB upon equivalent weight of AD. Then how will you come to know the equivalent weight of AB? Then add the both equivalent weight of A plus equivalent weight of B. Equivalent weight of A plus equivalent weight of B. Then that will be called equivalent weight of AB divided by equivalent weight of A plus equivalent weight of D. Equivalent weight of A plus equivalent weight of D. That is called equivalent weight of AD. Equivalent weight of AD. Then this is the actually formula. Weight of AB taken divided by weight of AD formed, that is equal to equivalent weight of AB divided by equivalent weight of AD. And how will you get the equivalent weight of AB? Then just add the equivalent weight of both A and B. And equivalent weight of AD, again you add equivalent weight of A and equivalent weight of D. Knowing the, now here again 4 things are there. Then here again you will know out of 4, 3 you are knowing, 4th one you can calculate. Knowing the equivalent weight of the any two radicals. Knowing the equivalent weight of any 2 radicals out of ABD. One you can calculate. Knowing the equivalent weights of any 2 radicals out of A, B and D, that of the third can be calculated. Because here A, B, C, D, total is 4. Then out of this 3 you should know. Then 4th one you can calculate. A, B, C, D. Total 4 radicals are there. If 3 you are knowing, 4th one you can calculate by the use of formula. Now next method is electrolytic method. Electrolytic method based on Faraday's law of electrolysis. Here you should remember, this is very very important. All are actually important. Numericals are asked based on all these methods. Then here, what is the electrolytic methods? This is actually based on Faraday's law of electrolysis. 1 Faraday means 96,500 coulombs. You remember, 96,500 coulombs. Correct? Coulomb is the, what is the coulomb? It is telling about the charge. Okay. And means a current, you can tell in indirect way, current only. Then 1 Faraday deposits 1 gram equivalent weight of the substance. Remember, 1 Faraday current Coulomb means current only. 1 Faraday means 96,500 coulombs deposit 1 gram equivalent of the substance. Means if 96,500 coulombs will be passed, then how much this deposit will be there? Then 1 gram equivalent of the substance will deposit. Remember, 96,500 coulomb means 1 Faraday. Means 1 Faraday deposits 1 gram equivalent of the substance. This is the first important point. Second term is there, that also that I will tell. Here electrochemical equivalent. You are knowing equivalent. Actually there are two terms. One is equivalent weight and other term is electrochemical equivalent. Both are different. You remember, many students will get confused. Both are different. Equivalent weight is different. Electrochemical equivalent is different. How both are related, I will tell you. Okay. Then I told you 1 Faraday will deposit 1 gram equivalent of the substance. Now you just learn electrochemical equivalent. What is this? Electrochemical equivalent of a substance is the weight of the substance deposited by 1 coulomb, only by 1 coulomb. Correct? Not 96,500 coulomb, only 1 coulomb. If you will pass only 1 coulomb, then that time it will be known as electrochemical equivalent of a substance. If 96,500, if you will pass, then it will deposit 1 gram equivalent weight of the substance, means molecular weight. Correct? Molecular weight or atomic weight. But here, if you will pass only 1 coulomb, very less 1 coulomb, then amount deposited will be known as electrochemical equivalent of the substance. Okay. Then electrochemical equivalent of a substance is the weight of the substance deposited by 1 coulomb. Hence, both are related. Equivalent weight is equal to electrochemical equivalent into 96,500. Because equivalent weight is more. Equivalent weight is more than electrochemical equivalent. Because this is the amount electrochemical equivalent that is deposited only by 1 coulomb. But if you multiply by 96,500 coulomb, then you will get more. Then relation is like that. Equivalent weight is equal to electrochemical equivalent into 96,500. Okay. When the same quantity of electricity flows through solution of different electrolytes, when the same quantity of electricity flows through solution of different electrolytes, then again you have to remember the formula. Weight all are same way. This is the third one. All are the same way. Weight of X deposited divided by weight of Y deposited, that is equal to equivalent weight of X divided by equivalent weight of Y. This you remember. Weight of X deposited divided by weight of Y deposited. Suppose current you are passing through two solutions, X and Y. Correct? When the same quantity of electricity flows through solution of different electrolytes, that in that situation weight of X deposited divided by weight of Y deposited, that is equal to equivalent weight of X divided by equivalent weight of Y. Means deposition depends upon equivalent weight. Deposition depends upon equivalent weight. Then here again four terms are there. Out of 4, if 3 is knowing, fourth one you can calculate. Then this sixth one I told you, electrolytic method. Now seventh one I am telling you, that is the neutralization method. Neutralization method. Here actually what is the neutralization method? I am telling you, that is the seventh one. This is based on the fact that acid and bases react in equivalent amounts. You remember, this is based on the neutralization method or neutralization is based on the fact that acids and bases react in equivalent amounts. Okay. Hence, equivalent weight of an acid is the weight of the acid which is neutralized by 1000 cc of 1N base solution. 1N base solution which contains 1 gram equivalent of the base. Again you listen. This method, neutralization method, is based on the fact that acids and bases react in equivalent amounts. Hence, equivalent weight of an acid is the weight of the acid which is neutralized by 1000 cc of 1N base solution, means solution containing 1 gram equivalent of bases. Likewise, equivalent weight of base can be determined. Same way, equivalent weight of base can be determined. Correct? Acid and base, two are there. If you can say acid, you are knowing how to calculate, because how much acid is neutralized, how much acid is required to neutralize 1000 cc of 1N base, means solution containing 1 gram of bases. That amount of acid is known as, equivalent weight. Like that way, if how much base is required, to neutralize 1N, means 1000 cc of acid. How much base is required to neutralize 1000 cc of 1N acid, means which contains 1 gram equivalent of acid. Then that is known as equivalent mass of base. Okay, you remember. Now next method I am telling you, silver salt method. This is only for organic acids only. Silver salt method. Many questions are asked based on this method. Silver salt method. This is for organic acids only. The organic acid is converted into its silver salt. Then silver salt means RCOOAG. RCOO is the acid. RCOOH, that is the acid, carboxylic acid. Then in the place of H you write Ag. Then you will get salt. RCOOAG. Correct? Then this is called silver salt, RCOOAG. Then here the organic acid is converted into its silver salt, a known weight of which is ignited to give a residue of silver, which is weighed. Then now this salt, silver salt, actually a known weight of silver salt is ignited to give a residue of silver. You will get silver. If you ignite it, you will heat it, then this salt will give you only silver, and that silver is weighed. This silver is weighed, means taken weight. Then now again as a formula you remember in the same form what I have been discussing. Equivalent weight of RCOOAG divided by equivalent weight of Ag. Equivalent weight of Ag means silver. That is equal to weight of silver salt divided by weight of silver. Again, one more time I am telling you, equivalent weight of RCOOAG means silver salt divided by equivalent weight of silver, that is equal to weight of silver salt divided by weight of silver. Here what is the equivalent weight of silver? It is roughly 108, 108. Okay, and 107 point something is there. Then now out of 4, if you are knowing 3, fourth one you can calculate. Okay, then suppose you got this acid, you got acid equivalent weight. Suppose you want to calculate equivalent weight of acid, then how will you calculate equivalent weight of salt? You have to calculate first from the formula what I told you, equivalent weight of salt. Okay, from the equivalent weight of salt, just you minus the 108 or 107. Okay, 107 suppose you have deducted, then you will get equivalent weight of acid. Equivalent weight of acid RCOOH you want to calculate, then for that you require equivalent weight of salt, that you will calculate from the given formula, equivalent weight of salt. Then now from the salt you want acid, means Ag should go and H should come. H should come, correct? RCOOAG, silver salt is there, then you have to remove silver, and in that I need silver place, H should come. That's why equivalent weight of silver was 108. Okay, then 108, that this H in the place of silver, H should come. Only then you will get RCOOH. That's why you deduct from that 107. 107. 108 is the equivalent weight of silver. But 1 will add, H will add. Correct? That's why 1 will be less. Then from that you deduct 107. Then equivalent weight of acid RCOOH, that is equal to equivalent weight of RCOOAG minus 107. Correct? You remember 108 is the equivalent mass of silver. Then one difference is because H will join. H will join in the place of silver. And 8 I told you. Now last I am telling you 9th. That is the conversion method. Conversion method. This method is also used in some to solve some tough numericals. What is this conversion method? I am telling you. When one compound of metal is converted into another compound of the same metal, that is, as for example, metal carbonate converted to metal oxide, same metal, metal carbonate. Suppose calcium carbonate was there, now you got calcium oxide. There it will apply conversion method. When one compound of a metal is converted into another compound of the same metal, then weight of the compound 1 divided by weight of the compound 2, or second, weight of the compound 1 divided by weight of the compound second, that is equal to equivalent weight of metal, equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of anion of the compound. Same way I have already discussed. Same way, equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of anion of compound 1 divided by equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of anion of compound 2. Simple way, formula is there. Already Same way I have discussed just few minutes before. Weight of compound 1 divided by weight of compound second, that is in term of equivalent weight. Then equivalent weight of metal for the compound. How will you get equivalent weight of compound? Then equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of anion of compound 1 divided by equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of anion of compound second. Then this formula can be used to calculate the equivalent weight. Okay, out of 4, if 3 you are knowing, fourth one you can calculate. Means equivalent weight of metal, that will be known. If you want to know the equivalent weight of anion of the compound 1, then equivalent weight of anion of compound 2 you should know, and weight of both you should know, weight of compound 1 and weight of compound 2. Okay, then now I am stopping only here. Next class again I will continue other methods of determining the atomic weight. Because now in numericals time you should know all methods, only then you can solve the numericals fast. Otherwise you will be not able to solve. Hence here now I am briefing all, you can say, methods, entire chapter, first chapter I am briefing, reviewing. Okay, that is the concept of chemistry related to atoms, molecules, all the things. Entire chapter I am reviewing, and this I think tomorrow it will finish. Then I will switch over for the, you can say, numericals. Okay, and numericals will be generally all numericals will be very important numericals, and many of them, 90% will be university examination or competitive examination ask question. As for example, for medical, for engineering, for IIT, for A.I.I.M.S, so many examinations are there. Ask question generally I will tell, asked question asked in university examination. Okay, then today I am stopping only here. Thank you.